Hi, Cancer. My name is Darlene Dotson, and this is your destiny of truth for December of 2020. I'm having to do it the old-fashioned way, just with a note in front of me about the planetary aspects, and we'll go over each aspect and what that means for you. I'm extremely busy in my life, and I don't have time to do it in a way that, pre-thinks everything out. So, Cancer, for the first, we have Mercury entering Sagittarius in your sixth house. And for you, that means you want to make changes in your work life and in your health, okay, pretty much. And you're going to start thinking about these things. And in some cases, you're going to be voicing them. Now, the fourth on the 4th, again, we have Mercury in Sagittarius, and that is trining Chiron in Aries in the 10th house. Now, for you, that pretty much means that you are going to be thinking about your work life and your health and what you have to do to heal your own power in these situations, because you feel like you've lost control. And it's because the powers that be around you, you feel like they're being very selfish, in their own actions. So you've got to look at what you can do to change these situations while you're thinking about it right now anyway, in order to heal the situation of you being in control again of your own work life and health life. Now, on the 5th, we have Venus in Scorpio in the 5th house, trining Neptune in Pisces in the 9th house. Now, with Venus in Scorpio, okay, it can be used one of two ways. We can use it for our love of addictions. We can use it in a deceptive way, or with manipulation, or we can use it in a good way, which it means we're going to be truthful and honest and be, think about our choices before we act with those that we love. And with it being the 5th house, this has to do with your children, okay? Or a creative project, or those that you date. It's just those things that bring you joy into your life. And it's going to be trining Neptune in Pisces in the 9th house. Now, the 9th house is our higher mind, education, in-laws, journalism, broadcasting, internet, all of these things. I mean, one way this could be playing out, you're taking an honest look at how the changes within the school is affecting your children, okay? Or the school could be, if you're a teacher, it could be affecting your money. The educational system is not up to par right now. That's just one way it could play out. If you're journalism, you're looking at the way journalism paints an illusion in our lives, And, you know, you're going to have to look at that honestly and through discerning eyes to see what you really love about, you know, being a journalist anymore. These are the type of things that could be happening for you. Now, on the 9th, okay, we have the sun in Scorpio in the 6th house, squaring Neptune in Pisces in the 9th house. And again, Pisces and Neptune together, no boundaries are there right now. And you are looking at way on how to improve what's going on in the educational system within your life to make a better, to make improvements for yourself, whether broadcasting, education, you know, internet, all of these things, you know, and the illusions that are happening for you right now, the deceptions. And it's squaring your house of health and work. How are you going to overcome these issues in work in order, you know, to better these areas in your life? Because you know you want a better work life, but you've got to overcome, you know, maybe you're at home working right now because of health issues, you know, that are happening in your life, and the government has got to shut down. Things like that. You just have to look at it on an individual basis and how it fits your life. Now, the 10th, we have got Venus in Scorpio in the 5th house. And this is a sextile, and it's sextiling Pluto in Capricorn in the 7th house. With a sextile, it's up to you to change. It's not going to happen unless you involve yourself and get involved in it for, you know, to make the change. And for you, that change has to do with your partnerships. If you want to transform your partnerships, you are going to have to be honest with them. You're going to have to show them in a way that you love them, and you're not going to be deceptive with them any longer, that you're not going to manipulate them any longer. You are not going to tolerate these behaviors. You're going to be just straight up honest with them and deal with them straight up. Okay? And these have to do with people that you are your children. They can be people you're dating or a creative project. But you've got to do it in a straightforward, honest way, and you got to be very loving about it and use your intuition. And that's the only way you're going to transform the partnerships in your life, whether it's a love connection, an open enemy, these types of relationships. Now, on the 10th, we have the sun in Sagittarius in your 6th house, trining Mars in Aries in your 10th house. And here we have got Mars, you know, being in Aries. You're putting your actions into transforming your career, taking control of your own power, these types of things. And you can do it very easily, but you can't be lazy about it. You've got to interact with the energy in order for it to work long term. And it has to do with your career and your health. You're going to have to do what you need to do in order to transform these areas of your life. Now on the 13th, you, with Mercury and Sagittarius in the 6th, squaring Neptune and Pisces in the ninth. Again, it's your thoughts that have to do with work and your health and how you can improve the self. And while it may be a challenge because of the illusions or the deceptions that are being painted for us, whether it's in broadcasting, internet, journalism, our in-laws, all of these areas, we're going to have to use our higher mind and reach for the spiritual and improve our own lives, improve our own selves with our lot in life, with using that Neptune. Instead of using it at the lower octave, use it at the higher octave. Don't use it to feed an addiction. Use it to overcome an addiction and improve on yourself. Then on the 14th, we have our solar eclipse, and it's in Sagittarius, and that is in the 6th house for you. You have a new beginning happening, whether in work or in your health. It's a new beginning for you. And here, when it's an eclipse, it comes in with a bang, and it's going to show you the direction to go. It's going to come out of left field, and it's going to be there. So just go along for the ride, because Jupiter being the ruler of this eclipse, being in Sagittarius, it's going to expand it. Now, on the 14th, we have Mercury in Sagittarius in the 6th house, and that is trine Mars in Aries in the 10th house. And again, this is an energy you can use easily, or, be lazy about it, depending if you want to put the work in, use that energy to change things in a positive way, or just let it happen and let the energy go on by. But Mars is in Aries, which you're going to be putting actions into your career, into your power, and in taking that power back in your life. And you're going to be doing it in a higher minded way, okay, and at work, okay, or in your health matters. And with it being in Sagittarius, which rules the 9th house, it could have to do with publishing, broadcasting. It could have to do with your in-laws, real estate, education, journalism, just anything that Sagittarius rules. And then it's Mercury, so you're going to be using your intelligence about it. And this is 6th house matters. Now, the 15th, we have Venus in Sagittarius, and it's the 6th house that it's entering. And again, with it being in Sagittarius, ruling those 9th house, you've got to look at, publishing, broadcasting, the legal system, the government, the in-laws, real estate. All of these matters, are going to come into the focus for you, and you're going to be putting actions there, because this is something that brings money in some cases, but this is something that you love. So it could be your philosophies too, and you're working to improve this area of your life. Now, on the 16th, we have got Saturn changing signs. Yes, this is a pretty big deal, because Saturn only changes signs approximately every 2.5 years. And he gave us a little taste of what this was going to be like a few months back. And then he went back into Capricorn to finish it up. Well, now he's in Saturn full 4, and he's in Aquarius in your 8th house. And that's desires, okay? And there's going to be changes with those desires because you have felt restricted in this area, like you couldn't get anywhere. That could be with taxes, real estate, other people's money, wills, inheritances. Um, you know, it has to do with other people. Okay, and you have definitely felt restricted in this area. And, it just entered there for the next 2.5 years. So you're going to feel that energy shift. But then on the 19th, Jupiter also enters Aquarius in the 8th house. So these same areas are going to be expanded. It's going to bring a change there by being practical, by being using your mind, because Aquarius people are very intelligent, and you're just going to have to follow, but be flexible, because you have to be like an Aquarian and be flexible too. And the thing about Saturn, the secondary ruler is Aquarius. And, so you're going to have to use that higher mind here. Then on the 19th, we have the Sun in Sagittarius in the 6th house, conjuncting Mercury in Sagittarius in the 6th house. And your mind and your heart, your mind and your head, or your thoughts, are on the same page. You're not going in one direction and thinking about going in another. You know the direction that you want to go, and you're going to start implementing those changes where it has to do with your work life and your health, and you're going to implement that change for self-improvement. Then on the 19th, we also have Jupiter Jupiter conjunct Saturn, the Great Conjunction. And everybody has been talking about this, okay? And pretty much structures are going to fall that no longer work in our lives. And we're going to rebuild these structures. And for you, it has to do with your desires. Okay, it has to do with your taxes, your inheritances, real estate, your most intimate relationships. These things are going to change for you because, you're tired of this vicious circle. And where you have felt restricted, it's going to fall away, and you're going to make the changes that you need to make by being optimistic, having faith, and being practical. Now, on the 23rd, we have Mars in Aries in the 10th house, squaring Pluto in Capricorn in the 7th house. And you're going to take action, okay, of taking your own power back. And when you decide to take your own power back, you're going to transform your relationships. Relationships that want all the power in your life are going to fall to the wayside. If they have a controlling nature to them, they're going to go bye-bye, because you're not going to allow other people to control you anymore. You are going to control your own destiny, because you make your destiny from the choices that you make today. It's the destiny that you'll have 6 months from now. Now, on the 24th, we have Mercury in Capricorn in the 7th house, and that's trining Uranus in Taurus in the 11th house. And you're going to make those changes in a practical way with your goals, your aspirations, your friendships, the groups you belong to. And, you're just thinking about all of this to change it for the practical. You know that you have to make partnership changes in order to make these changes that you want with your aspirations. Now, on the 27th, we have the Sun in Capricorn in the 7th house, trining Uranus in the 10th house. In the 11th house in Taurus. And again, your ego is now invested. You are going to start making the changes you've been thinking about in your partnerships. And you can do this easy, but don't be lazy about it, because it's a good time to change them. But you got to participate in order to make these changes in your aspirations, your goals, your friendships, the groups you belong to. You know that this has to be changed in order to make your life more stable, more practical, to get you to where you want to go. Then on the 29th, we have the full moon in Cancer in your first house. And Cancer, this is all about you. What do you want to end in your life? Because you have a chance to end something here. Whether it's a behavior, it's a pattern, a job, anything that you want to end, you get to end now. Now on the 30th, we have Venus in Sagittarius in the 6th house, and that is square Neptune in Pisces in your 9th house. And it's time to overcome those deceptions and challenges that have been coming in 9th house matters, whether that be publishing, broadcasting, education, government, in-laws, journalism, internet, sales. All of these matters have been having a lot of deceptive things happening right now. And in order for you to overcome those challenges in your work life, okay, and in your health, you have to overcome these things. And in order to do that, you've got to think of how you can improve your life. What steps are you going to take towards self-improvement this month? Now, on the 31st, I generally don't talk about a moon unless it's full or, a new moon. But we have, New Year's Eve, and that moon is in Leo. And for you, that's the 2nd house. So for you, your thoughts on this night are on your values. They're on your finances and how these things need to change in order for you to be happy. In order for you to have a creative life, for you to have a joyful life. So, astrologically, Cancer, I can tell you this month you were focused a lot on your work and in your health and making improvements in those areas of your life in order to bring you that joy that you want, because you're tired of the vicious circle that you live in. Okay, now Cancer, for you, I am using the Goddess cards, okay, this month. And looks backwards, but to me, but I know you'll see it forwards. So anyway, here we go with your reading. What do the goddess cards have any effect for you? Tell me what Cancer needs to do. Okay, we drew secrets. Okay. Well, all the secrets are coming out this month, Cancer, for you, on how you feel, okay, in your work life and in your health. You know, your partnerships, secrets are coming to the fore, okay? You no longer can buy into the illusion that's been painted by you for your partnerships. You have got to look at these things honestly. And these secrets have to do with the 9th house. Publishing, broadcasting, inheritance, deaths, wills, other people's money. You know, you've got to look at all these issues and how these issues have been getting in the way of your own power. And it's always emotional when we look at these situations. And it's especially true, you know, because it's in, the sun's in Sagittarius. And, you know, how can I explain this? We're looking at the sun. It's in the Sagittarius, okay? And then we've got Neptune in Pisces, which is the 9th house, which is ruled by Sagittarius. So it's emotional secrets that are going to be coming to the foreground for you. But all you have to do is protect your health and protect what you want in life. It's time for you to have a new beginning and stop the vicious circle. And so, I mean, that's why the secrets need to come out so that you can change. These structures have got to fall that are in your 8th house. And our 8th house are our most intimate relationships. So you can see the truth in order to move on, in order to build a life that is worthy of you to build. You know, you can't continue to be in a partnership with someone who is keeping secrets from you, whether it's financial, sexual, let's see, what else? It has to do with desires. It can be inheritances. It can be all of these things. Their 9th house matters. And there's definitely going to be secrets coming to the forefront when Jupiter and Saturn enter Aquarius for you, because that rules our 8th house, and that's our desires, but it also rules the secrets in our lives. So they're going to come. So just be ready, okay? Well, I love you, Cancer, and be willing also to look at the secrets of your own soul to better it. That could be another way. So you have a great December, and I hope you let go of everything that you need to let go of in December in order to have a great 2020. 2021 because we all deserve it after the 2020 that we've had. Many blessings.